Hey everyone, meteorologist Vin Crosby here from the Weather Show at Vin Crosby. It has been almost a month since I've been with you last, and just taking all in this COVID-19 kind of virus thing and just chilling out. So hopefully you're all well. But hey, we got some thunderstorms out there today, and you can see some of those here on the radar. Earlier today, we had a severe thunderstorm warning around Baker City. They did get hail up to a quarter size in diameter. It's about an inch. That was reported by an emergency management official, so that was coming through at a pretty good clip. Now you can see that thunderstorm that caused that is now just up by the McCall area here on your screen. There are a few thunderstorms northwest of Ontario, and then this is a pretty good sized one back through here. And if I pull this back here and I'll show you the big picture, you can see the clouds. Thunderstorms from earlier today kind of coming up around Baker. We switch from the visible satellite picture to the infrared satellite picture. We measure cloud temperatures at night, and it allows us to see the clouds when the sun goes down. You can also see the lights here of Napa, Boise, and Meridian down here in the Treasure Valley, and then there's Ontario right there, and the storm back to the west going to the northeast. That's moving at a pretty good clip, and if I go in for a closer look here, you can see exactly where that storm is. It's got a little white and purple signature to it, meaning that it has pretty intense features. It's way out here. It looks like along Highway 20. And if I go in for a closer look, and it shows you it's out in the middle of nowhere. Looks like by Kingsbury Gulch up through that area. It's moving towards the northeast and will continue to do that at a pretty good clip. Temperatures were the story today in the Treasure Valley, and that's why I'm kind of bringing this to you. We are going to see some of these storms develop overnight. Most of the activity back in Oregon, but this line you see here will come back over here in the Treasure Valley by daybreak tomorrow morning or going into the early morning hours. And with the temperatures today getting up to near a record high, the high temperature in Boise was 88 degrees. The old record high, or the current record high, we missed by 1 degree, 89 degrees, set way back in 1992. So an old record there, but we didn't quite get there today. Now we are going to cool down tomorrow, and with that, the thunderstorms will come in. So the classic cooler air clashing with the warmer air and help us to bring some thunderstorms down through the area. So we want to watch out for that as we go on through. So where's my radar loop? Here it is. And so I'm going to refresh this, and this gives you an update of where the storms are current. And if I go in for a closer look, you can see just to the northwest of Ontario, and it looks like there's a few trying to get organized coming in towards the Idaho-Oregon border. Ontario, Oregon there, Caldwell right here. And as we go up towards McCall, you can see there are a little bit more thunderstorms now coming in here, getting a little active up there, up around the McCall area, going in just north of, looks like New Meadows, heading up towards Riggin. So not a severe thunderstorm, but a strong thunderstorm, and there will be some lightning for sure coming on with this as it continues to move towards the northeast. This one is pretty compact. We just showed you moving north, coming northeast of Burns, heading up towards the north and northeast direction. It's going to slide on in between Baker City and Ontario, and eventually looks like get up here towards the McCall area. As you can see, everything is sliding from the southwest to the northeast as it continues to move on through the region. Looks like I got Dan out there. Hey, Dan, good to see you, bud. Follow me on the old YouTube live stream. So I just want to give you guys an update on the threat for thunderstorms overnight and the cooler temperatures that are going to come our way during the day tomorrow. So tremendously cooler than today. We just saw a live update there on the screen. Let me go in for a closer look. We'll go in here and update this radar here. And it looks like some good news there. This pretty strong storm is kind of dissipated here in Oregon. And then let's go up and check out up around McCall. Should be some showers starting to come down right around the city of McCall. Very light stuff. And if I take the opacity down, you get to see a little bit of where we are looking at here. So the green is where the heavier showers are. Looks like coming right up around the Adams County and Gem County line. And Looks like over Meadows Hill, getting up back over Payette Lake, getting up towards Brundage. Looks like a pretty good shower going on through there, right there. So Little Payette Lake not getting the rain. Payette Lake getting some light showers, it looks like, up around Ponderosa, coming on down by my father's place, Burger Joint. Love that place. Back up here in the McCall area. And the ice is starting to come off. I've been following my friend Marcia on Facebook, and she's been sharing pictures of all the snow and the melt and the ice coming off Payette Lake. That's been pretty cool. Looks like around Big Creek, Little Creek, just outside New Meadows. Pretty good thunderstorm right in through there. And then as we come on in down towards the Treasure Valley, not a whole lot going on down around the Treasure Valley. Just a few sprinkles, it looks like, up around Payette, maybe coming in towards Ontario. But the atmosphere is set up where it's set up for some pulse thunderstorms, and the signature that I'm seeing on our weather balloon launch, I can actually show you that here. We send up balloons. I don't say we, but the National Weather Service sends up balloons all over the country, and we can go look at them where they go through the atmosphere. And in this particular case, when we see these, it looks like a yellow line there, but the red line and this dashed line kind of come together like that, and there's like a little V right there. That tells us that there's moisture up here, but not down near the surface. So if any rain falls in there, we are going to see the chance for some thunderstorms to move on through. I did take a look at this computer model forecast, and it did a good job of picking up the storms in northeast Oregon earlier today. And as we go into the evening hours, it's really doing a good job picking up the storms up around McCall, up through here, and getting up by Baker City, and then now picking up some of the showers and storms popping up here as well, up around Ontario. This going in towards, right around now. So we're going to see more showers and storms break out up around Gem County, going up in towards the McCall area, Highway 55 overnight. And then for us in the Treasure Valley, we'll see a little bit more of an intensification as we go in towards the daybreak hours. We'll get a break overnight, and then going in towards around 6 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, another round of showers comes through in Ada and Canyon County. Let me go in for a closer look, and then I can show you where that is. And this is... it's around 4 o'clock in the morning. Some showers come in across the Snake River Valley, and then we see them kind of pulse through around between 4 and 6 a.m. In the morning, and then numerous showers and storms going up here into the mountains around Idaho City. Just a few down through Ada County, not a whole lot in Canyon County and Gem County. Then as we go through the morning, all that kind of moves towards the east. As the cool air starts to slip on in, it'll be noticeably cooler. And then by tomorrow afternoon, it looks like pretty much it's all said and done until a line forms late in the day. This line here, there's Boise right there. This line here, that is, looks like around 11 o'clock in the morning. That'll be your cold front itself. But by this time, the cool air will be around. So that's the way I'm looking at what I'm looking at right here. So let me go back to this picture here. And so you can see that's where the thunderstorms are. So again, we had a little bit of severe weather earlier. Right now, we're not seeing any of that. But the Severe Storms Prediction Center did put us in what's called a marginal setting across many areas in the Northwest. And that's where we're seeing the thunderstorms move on through. See if we have anybody in the chat. This is my friend Dan. Cool. Well, that's it. I want to give you a quick update. Hey, I want to let you know that I'm on this podcast, a national podcast for a motorcycle podcast. My friend Curtis Sawyer. It's called Indian Rider Radio. And you'll see it on my Facebook page. Please go and subscribe. You can get... anybody in the country can get my forecast for the whole nation for the weekend. And so what I do is I'll produce it tonight, actually, right when I get done with this, so I can send it to him, and then his podcast goes on Friday. But I'll put together a forecast for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for anybody who wants to get outside and enjoy the outdoors. And I'll let you know where it's going to be kind of tricky. It's set up, obviously, for motorcycles and Indian Rider motorcycles, but anybody who's looking for a forecast for the outdoors, gotten a lot of good feedback on the accuracy of the forecast from New York State all the way. We even have some folks all around the world listening to this podcast. That is rapidly growing. And if you may have recognized Curtis's name, he did radio here in the Treasure Valley in Idaho for years. He's out in Colorado Springs now, riding his motorcycle and doing this podcast for Indian Rider Radio. And so it's a big deal. Check it out. If you want to get into some sponsorships, let me know, because that has a huge reach in a very short time. That's it for the weather show with Vin Crosby's live feed. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to get back to doing this a little bit more. And, God bless. Hope you're all doing well out there.